Hi everyone, Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel again. So, I have new hair. Yeah, really this is just a video so that I could show off my new hair. Where am I going with this again? I got distracted by the hair. Hi everyone, welcome back to the chat. God, that didn't work either. Ah! Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel again. Another video within a week. I'm on a roll. I just had a couple of days off and thought again, yeah, let's do another video. I had time off and it always takes so long to edit these things and set them up. It's not just a case of switching on a camera and filming them. They always take so much longer than I always thought they would. So I thought I'll do another one, seeing as I've got a couple of days off. And I have an ulterior motive. I've got new hair. So really it's just a video so I could show off my new hair. This took 7 hours. Kimberly Logie is a massive star and deserves such snaps for this. There was over 150 highlight foils in my head. There was 3 coats of colour. There's also a full set of extensions in here. It's the first time I've ever gone to the hairdressers and come out with more hair. It was amazing. It was so good. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna have to, oh, eyebrow hair out of place. I'm gonna have to mention this in the new video because I just love it. I'm one of these people that changes my hair all the time. So this is a completely different new look for me, but it's so nice to have my long hair back again. I loved having my short hair, but I just feel long hair is me, so I just feel a bit more like myself. So this video is completely different to everything else I've done recently. Again, this was another reason why I made a video quite quickly from the last one, is because everything I've done so far has been quite wearable and quite predictable really, whereas this one is certainly, I mean, it's wearable if you are a bright colour person, and I'm generally not a colour person, but I have so much bright colour palettes lying around and it's so nice and hot today that I thought summer, let's do something fun and colourful. So it might not be your cup of tea, but tough. As I always say, subscribe down below if you can, like the video if you can or do, and all my social media will be linked down below as always, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!
Okay, let's get started. So I've already prepped my eyes with some concealer ready for eyeshadow, and I'm going to start off with the Makeup Geek Eyeshadow Peach Smoothie on a MAC 239 brush. This eyeshadow look I'm creating isn't really a cat eye look. We want most of the definition in the socket, so I'm adding a little bit more peach smoothie and going left to right again with it because I want this to be nice and smooth from left to right. Now I'm going in with the Makeup Revolution palette Color Chaos. I lost the little slip that gives you the color name, so I don't know which color name this is, but it's the bright pink shade in the palette. I'm using a MAC 217 to apply that shade because as the colours get brighter, I want them to get denser, but I always go back in with my original blending brush just to make sure everything's really seamless. So for this look I'm using a lot of different shades because it's a really bright colour blocking look. I need to use a lot of different shades so that everything seems a lot more blended and seamless. So right there I used this slightly pinky purple shade from the Color Chaos palette and then went straight on to the purple shade, just so that you can build rather than things becoming choppy and not looking right. And as always, going back with that original blending brush so you can blend that beep. Now I didn't want a cat eye look and I still don't want a cat eye look, but I do want the outer corner cut crease to be a little bit more defined. So I've added a little bit of the MAC pencil. Again, I'm recording and can't remember the name of it, but I will write everything down below name-wise so that you can copy this if you wish. So again, just placing it exactly where I want it on the eye and using my blending brushes to buff that out so there's no harsh line. Now, as you can see from my other eye, it's quite bright colour that's on my eyelid, and I didn't want any of the original colours I'd used that might have fallen onto my lid to dilute this, so I'm just using a little bit of concealer on a MAC 219, any flat brush that you have that you can just pad some concealer onto your eyelid just under the socket, just literally to where we've been doing that sort of purple cut crease area. This just cleans up any sort of fallout from the rest of the eyeshadows and gives us a perfect base for the orange that I'm applying now. So again, using any sort of flat, stiff brush that you have to pack on the colour to your eyelid, I'm using a combination of the sort of orangey yellow colours from the Colour Chaos palette because I didn't want anything that was too yellow, that was too orange. I just wanted a really more intense peach smoothie colour. So I've mixed the two of them equally, and I'm literally placing that over the concealer, right up to the socket line, right up to the edge we made with the concealer. Going back to our 217 brush and a combination of the flat brush, I'm just going to make sure that all of the lines where our concealer was is blended out. I don't want to see any concealer, so using the old fluffy brush with a little bit of the purple still on it and using the flat brush with the orange, just making sure all lines are nice and seamless. And you can see right up my nose. As always, I'm using a Q-tip just to clean up underneath. We really don't want any of those colours mixing in with our concealer. So just using the edge of it to sweep underneath my eye and use my underneath lash line to follow upwards and just cut the edges off so we get a nice finish to the edge of our eyeshadow. And we'll start the underneath. So I'm starting off with a little bit of the MAC pencil again, which I have remembered is called Designer Purple. It's such an amazing color. It's so sparkly, which you won't be able to see on camera, but it's extremely bright and really, really sparkly. So I've used a little bit of that sort of 2/3 of the way along my eye. And then I've gone on to using a MAC 208 brush. You can use any sort of angled brush that you have. Popped a little bit on the back of my hand and deposited it onto the brush. Because I'm now going to do this sort of inner flick all the cool kids are doing these days, and you need a really nice fine angled brush with a little bit of product to keep building up the shape. Now this bit's quite long and in depth, and I go backwards and forwards with product and brushes to build this shape, but it's really important that you get the angle right. And it's not one of these things that I just know how to do. Because I'm a makeup artist, I know how to do it. So I really wanted to show you guys just how tricky and how much I have to work at getting the angle right, getting the blend right, and not skip through it and be like, ta-da, it's done. So yeah, this bit's a bit long, but I really wanted you to see the process of the build-up. So now that I'm quite happy with the placement of the angle on the inner corner, I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of the purple shade from Makeup Revolution. I started using the 208 and then just sort of for the inner corner and then wanted more product on, so I went on to MAC 212 and I'm packing that on the inner lash line right at the lashes to build up the depth. Back in again with the 208 just to strengthen the inner corner. It's these little bits of product, little applications that make the difference. Then going in with a little bit of the pinky shade that we used before, just a little bit, because I'm then going to use what's left on the big 217 brush and buff everything that I've applied out so it's nice and smooth. So because I do like to blend quite a lot and make sure all the colours have got a nice smooth application, I will lose a little bit of density in the inner corner. So I went back in with a little bit of black MAC Carbon, any black that you've got, just to strengthen up the inner wing. So the effect from having the bottom inner wing gives people the bigger eye look, that beautiful big doe-eyed look. So there would be no point in going to jam a whole load of black eyeliner in my inner waterline. So I'm using a Chromagraphic pencil in NC15/NW20. I don't think this is a pro product, but I have watched other videos and people say that the Chromagraphic pencils are pro. I did get mine from a pro store, so forgive me if you can't get them from any MAC store, but you should be able to get them in pro stores or online. So again, adding a little bit of depth and making sure I'm happy with that winged liner. And I must be, because I'm now on to lashes. I really couldn't have done a look like this and not applied a big massive pair of lashes. And look, even me as a makeup artist can still get it wrong and get glue on her eyelid. Excuse me for that one. I can't use a small compact mirror to apply them, because if I did, then that would sort of obscure your view. So I have to do it from afar and have my mirror that's about a feet in front of me. So forgive me for the glue on the eyelid, but it shows, hey, I'm human. So these ones are Red Cherries in number 43. I absolutely love them. They're a bit like the Demi Wispies, but bigger, larger, longer, fluffier. They're just great for a look like this. And I'm just going to place them on, add a little bit of mascara over the top, and fill in my inner corner with a little bit of the Bobbi Brown Bone eyeshadow, I think it is, just to intensify that sort of white blank inner corner. And then we're on to brows. I know I skipped my brows last time, but it takes so long to do on camera. It doesn't take so long to do on camera, but it does take a while on camera, and I don't like my videos being sort of half an hour long. I hate the idea of you thinking, oh god, that's so long. So I try and keep them as short and sweet as possible and just keep the essentials in. And I do have a full brow tutorial on my channel if you're interested, but I thought I'd keep it in this time. So as usual, I'm going in with the MAC Courderoy shadow on a 208 brush just to strengthen and fill out my brows, build up the arch and get the shape that I want, before I then go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pomade in Auburn and really build up that shape to give me the more defined brow that I like. And let's get rid of Casper. So I'm starting off with a little bit of moisturizer, just self-explanatory really, you know the drill. I'm using a BB cream, the L'Oreal BB cream that I really like at the moment, but it is slightly dark for me when I haven't got much of my self-tan on, and I'm at self-tan transition shade, so I need a little bit of help, and I just find putting a little bit of moisturizer on underneath allows the BB cream to, I don't know, absorb better, blend better. Because it's such a wet texture being a BB cream, I just find this is a great base for me. And as I said, it's a little bit dark, so using the moisturizer underneath allows it to dilute a little bit more and be more my colour. Then I'm heading straight on to the MAC Prep and Prime pens. This has been my sort of summer go-to look when I don't want to be in front of the mirror all day with a cake full of makeup and it's hot outside. I just want that really summer bronzed glow. So using the BB cream and the highlighter to give me a little bit of glow really, rather than a full coverage face. "10 points if you can guess the song I'm listening to." So as always, you know the drill, all the high points of the face underneath the eyes to brighten up my bags, and then I will buff that all in with my beauty blender. So as I said before, I do like that bronze glow, and it's meant to be summer here, but there's no way I'm going to get that from the Scottish sun. So I'm going to use the big Chanel powder brush. I'm going to use Bourjois chocolate bronzer, and I'm going to pack a load of that on my face. Just everywhere where you would naturally hit sun. Just a small bit of contouring under the jaw area as well. But as I said, just to give you that blown out bronzed glow, use a big brush and use a lot of bronzer. Don't be scared of it. And this is my new favorite thing at the moment. I have naturally quite big, quite full lips and don't generally like them looking bigger, but a little bit of bronzer just on a small brush underneath your lip can give you a fullness without having to draw a lot of liner on and make it look really fake. So before I threw my brush away and had to go and retrieve that from the floor, I was using MAC Warm Soul Blusher, a nice bronze, nice sort of highlighting colour, because I don't want a heavy highlight for this because I don't want to be super shiny. I just want a nice, as I said, bronzed glow. So it's got a beautiful sort of rosy shimmer through it, and that's enough highlight for me. Then I'm whacking on a little bit of L'Oreal Lip Extraordinaire in 601, I think, either 600 or 601. You know how I feel about these, they're my summer staple. Nothing too glossy, gonna give myself a nice zhuzh, and that's our final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for visiting again. I hope you like the look, and if you do create it, always hashtag me in it, and I'll see you again next time.